Hello and welcome to this high-level 3v3 game featuring 6 of the best players in Warno, and of course cast by the bestest player in Warno, so 7 of the best players in Warno. So let's do the deck reviews and then get back to it. Right, so these are the deck reviews. Given that it's a 3v3, we won't be spending a huge amount of time on each deck. I'll just point some things out. Keep in mind it is not a 1v1, it is a 3v3. So we've got on the NATO side, 2nd UK, 3rd Armoured, and 2nd Bueno. Now, if you really wanted to win, probably wouldn't want to pick Bueno. 3rd Armoured makes sense in a team game, can work very well. And it also makes sense in 1v1. This guy got to rank 2 playing only 3rd Armoured, and I don't think he lost a single game as 3rd Armoured. It's difficult to verify that, but I do believe it is the case. 2nd UK is a good div. I have lost 3v3 tournament games to 2nd UK. Or just the one, actually, but... So, yeah, it's a decent div. The main thing is you get the cluster arty, which is super useful in a 3v3, and he's not brought it, so... It's a 1 point slot, but there it is. So I would be bringing the cluster arty. 3, 4, 5, 7 CVs. He's no vetted his challenges, which is really rough, man, because losing veterancy makes your speed go down, and the speed's already low, and it makes your ROF go down, and the ROF's already low. And so as soon as this thing loses its cohesion, it just becomes useless. I appreciate that in a 3v3 it tends to be quite grindy, so maybe you need all 5 of them, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Basically always needs a challenger with it. Apart from that, I agree with most of the rest of it. Terrier Pioneers at no vet, I've tried them, they just don't work, man. It's better to just bring the air mobile Pioneers at 2 vet, and then if you're in an infantry fight, just shoot them with your 3 machine guns, and that tends to solve the problem. Because, yeah, these guys, they just don't work, man. They just don't work. So, also, he has not brought the regular air mobile, who have the Law 80s. Instead, he's brought the Air Mobile Gun Group, which have 3 machine guns. So you could say Air Mobile Gun Group beats Air Mobile Pioneers, right? You save 5 points. Okay, you save 5 points. Your machine guns are worse because they can't fire. 2 of them can't fire while moving. So I think 5 points for better machine guns and a better AT is definitely worth it. So I would probably swap these out for card of the regular air mobile in the Lynx, and then card of the air mobile Pioneers in the Lynx Rocket, or if you want as many guns on target as possible, you can bring this in the Lynx and that in the Lynx Rocket, but the thing is this goes 8-5 and this goes 7-5, so it makes more sense to do it this way around. Because yeah, you need that Lore 80 in some situations. And then for the Milan 2s, certainly in 1v1, one of these should be a Milan 1. And no MMG teams is crazy, man. No MMG teams. So I personally would bring MMG teams, but I did say we wouldn't spend too long on this, right? So yeah, not bringing the cluster, big mistake, I think, personally. What he's done instead is he's made his friend bring the cluster with his 2 point slot, which is fair enough, really, but basically, yeah, I'd also be bringing the cluster, right? And maybe you can sack off 2 CVs or something. Given that it's a 3v3, you should have enough CVs. And then, yeah, something like Rover Scouts. I mean, you've got some Rover Scouts right here, so why not get Air Mobile Scouts who have 4 machine guns, which is really going to help you with the old infantry combat, right? 4 machine guns in a squad, it's really quite powerful. So, I did say we wouldn't spend too long on it. The FITO, yeah, he's right in that it probably isn't worth it if there's other stuff you need to bring. Having said that, 18 Rover Milans is really quite... Yeah, because if you get rid of that, then you can bring... and I wouldn't get the LML, I'd get the regular Javelins. And then maybe you can get the Ito, because it can one-shot 2 top armor vehicles, which is not so bad. Although against PACT, there's very few 2 top armor vehicles. So 4 more of these if you really want. But the main thing is that this MLRS, right? And that, wow, incredible. So there you go. And then yeah, my advice for Bueno would be don't play Bueno, and certainly don't have all your shit at no vet. Oh my god! And then he's not like the Zappadors are actually really good because you can, you know, they've got 9 SMGs, so they absolutely tear people apart if they get in the same building and use the smoke, which he hasn't brought, to get in the same building. This thing sucks. Don't bother with it. You'd be far better off just bringing 2 of these at one vet, honestly. So yeah, smoke mortar would be nice. Up there and these would be nice, or they're all just useless. Interested to see how this will perform. I think he's going to get rinsed. 6 HAWKS does make sense in this case because his teammates don't have HAWKS, and so he'll be buying the HAWKS for everybody. So it does make sense to bring those. And then yeah, if you're going to bring this, I mean, okay, fine, whatever. This guy hasn't brought the CEV, which is a huge mistake. A huge mistake. That is the point of this division, is the CEVs to help you win every infantry fight. So I don't understand why he's not brought that. Especially given that it is a 2-point slot here. So what he could do is... I mean, I understand you want the chappies, but you've got a teammate with 6 HAWKS, so maybe trust your teammate. This thing sucks balls. Do you not want 6 fighters? So that you don't die. So that your planes don't die. This thing is absolutely terrible. It's probably better to bring nothing. But no, what you do is you bring this one, because it reloads in 60 seconds. And this reloads in 4 minutes, so... Okay, Apaches... 12 recon, alright. How do we get the CEV in? It's this, isn't it? Well, given that your teammate has just generously brought 2 MLRS courtesy of the deck review, there you go, easy CEV edition. Switching to their opponents, I think their composition's just better. In general, PACT is way better in team games. Having said that, I have... Oh, why am I so low down? Oh, that's strange. Thankfully we caught that. We caught that. We caught that. So, I have played a 3v3 against Griffin before. That was part of a tournament. I really need to go back and cover that on the channel because it was a very funny game. I have not played a 3v3 against Icarus or Sneaky, or anybody else here, apart from Griffin, actually. So, yeah, PACT really beats NATO in 3v3s. I mean, it's obvious, right? You just spam grads on everybody and kill them. So, yeah, where to start? The composition, to be honest, the composition could be better. It's just heavy tank div, heavy tank div, heavy tank div. You really want something like a... like an airborne div. One of them should basically be on Corpus, or 4th Motschützen, or what? Because, like, yeah, you can win with this kind of matchup, but okay, I'm starting to understand now. So these are all at 2 vet, so they're probably going to do some rush thing, because these are all at 2 vet as well. So they're clearly intending to do a rush. We'll see if it works out for them. I mean, things like 2 additional cubs is obviously not a good idea. You'd be better off bringing an additional Akatsir at 1 vet than those 2 cubs, or 2 more fighters, right? Although this is a 1-point slot, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so you'd have to get rid of the... Well, fair enough then, really. Although this is a 1-point slot, I personally would just... Because you've got... Like, how many cubs have you got between you, right? So you could go double grad, or you could upvet your next Akatsir, right? How many cubs have you got between you? You don't have to worry about planes. Right? 4... Well, this was 6. 10... So do you need 14 cubs? And yeah, you'll notice they're bringing a lot of fighters, which makes sense. Oh, that's my deck. They're bringing a lot of fighters, that makes sense. This seed thing, use it against helos. Honestly, it kind of sucks balls. You'd probably be better off bringing the ASF, frankly. Or if you want to kill helos, you bring this. So I'm not sure why he brings this, actually. I mean, it's got nice ECM. It can kill a helo in 1 pass, but sometimes it doesn't, because it's just the gun. And so I'm not sure, actually. Hopefully we get to see that in-game. Yeah. What more is there to say? It's just PACT slop. I buy heavy tank and cub. Wow, incredible, truly inspirational. But it looks like they're going to do some rush thing, so let's see what happens. Right, so with that out of the way, we got Bloody Knight on second UK, Chich on third armored American, bottom feeder on feed div, Bueno, so he's going to feed a lot. Icarus on 25th Soviet, Griffin on 79Y, and Sneaky on 19th. Check. So in terms of a better team in terms of skill level, it's red team. Better team in terms of draft, it's red team. Better team in terms of sides, I couldn't tell you. I haven't played enough games on Cliff 3v3. But yeah, what I will say is putting the Bueno player out here is really, he's going to have a great time. He's going to have such a wonderful time. So, looking at the deployments, got Sneaky here. Most of his stuff's at 2-vet, and he's doing a helo rush to the town. Doesn't have any AA, although he might have opened some fighters. I mean, of course, there are Iglas in the helos as well. But yeah, Sneaky really likes doing this. I played a game against him where he did a 29 helo rush against me. It is on the channel. And I won, and then he said it didn't count. So, 10, 11, 12. So the 13 helo rush, that was a 2v2. So it was about the same number of helos from him, I suppose. Because obviously his teammate was bringing helos as well. So he's helo rushing the town into SAS. So that's going to be interesting. Although on the 3v3 cut of the map, you start much further away. So I don't think the SAS are going to... Yeah, they're not even going there. I don't think the SAS are going to be able to stop this. Basically, the bigger the map, the better the helos are. Because the helicopter is faster than the ground vehicle, but it has to take off and land. And so the longer the distance to the middle of the map, the less time comparatively, you know, as a percentage of the travel time, less of it is taking off and landing, and therefore you get to where you're going faster, right? So big helo rush there with some dudes, right? Some recon. In the mid, we got Griffin. He's going for Boris, sort of, and he's doing the standard 79Y thing, so Spetsnaz group up front with a 1 Razvedka here. And then a bunch of TO-55s, a Tunguska, I guess for the helo aspect, Cub for the planes, right? And then 2 T-80 BVs, or this is a BK. It's just the command thing, it doesn't have the ATGM. And then CV. And then on the right we got Icarus with a bunch of... This is so strange. Why have they done it this way? I understand putting the guy with all the heavy... with all the 2-vet infantry into the town. That makes sense. But why is the 79Y player, with his far superior long-range capability, fighting in the somewhat close quarters area, whereas the 25th player, with the long-range stuff, with no long-range stuff, right, his tanks... I mean, the T-64 BVs do have ATGMs on them, but they're not as good as the T-80 BVs. And he gets, like, you know, fewer BMP2s and stuff like that. But they've and his main tank is at the start is this, and that has 1925 range. And for whatever reason, they've put him in the most open section. So that doesn't really make much sense to me. But yeah, we got a bunch of T-64-8s with the 1925 meters range. But switching to their opponent's deployment, we have an even bigger tactical blunder. Bottom feeder has decided to throw the game by playing an off-meta div instead of meta sweating like his opponents. So, like everybody else in the game. So, I'm not sure what was going through his mind. Maybe he was like, I'll have fun and spend time with my friends. Well, what can I say? So, he's playing a div that really does not excel in open spaces. And is in general just not an amazing div. Oh, it does get the HAWKS. I forgot before I said... No, never mind. He gets the HAWKS for everybody, so he should be buying the third armored player in particular HAWKS. So he's got the snipers up front, and then he's got a bunch of grenade launcher vehicles. He's opened 2 HAWKS. Like, why have they put him here? It's just, it doesn't make any sense, right? So this guy has the longest range AA, okay. And they've put him on the far left, so his AA can't cover his teammates. You want him in the middle. And you want the third armoured player on the left here, because this is the open ground. This is where third armoured wins. So, mucho nonsensicalis. Actually, what you really want is the Bueno player over here, because that's probably the only place where he can actually do anything in the town. But no, here as well, you can get a lot done, right, with the closer range. Tanks, I mean, the tanks have the maximum range, but they won't be able to pen the enemy tanks until they get close, so... He's not brought the self-propelled mortar either. This guy's going to have such a bad time. In the middle, we got a third armored, right? So a bunch of scouts, Bradleys, and then Bradleys. Oh, he opened HA Abrams, which is in a team game it can work, but you got to keep it safe, otherwise it's just going to immediately get cluster bombed. Basically, you would expect Bomb Feeder to be giving one of his HAWKS to Chich to cover him, because he doesn't really need two. He doesn't really need any. If any of his stuff dies, it's so cheap it doesn't matter. At least at the start of the game. I mean, yeah, we keep one, sure. But basically, he should have given his teammate an Ihawk, because this is going to be target numero uno for the enemy air support. This HA Abrams here. On the far right, we got the SAS from Bloody Knight, so they're probably not going to get there in time. And then some Gazelle rockets with the Gazelle Recon. Challenger Mark 2 at no vet. 2 infantry Milan 2s. Yeah, I mean, really, this guy should definitely be in here, because he gets grenade launchers, which are good in the town, because they have pure damage, right? Then the third armoured player should be over here, and the second UK player should be here. But either way, like, this is just not a good division to pick. Maybe he wanted to have fun. Let's see how much fun he has. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. Generously joining the channel, they get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest level is worth 2,000 views in ad revenue equivalents. At the highest level, you get your games cast at a rate of 1 per calendar month. This was a tier 4 membership cast, and the person who sent it to me is not actually in this game. So if it's a case of you want me to play a division or whatever, you know, that can be arranged. Or if you've got a game for me to cast and you're not in it, that can also be arranged. Let's say you saw a really good tournament game or something, right? So, you know, it's I try and be flexible about it, right? Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because I was sent a 3v3 replay to cast previously, and it had Griffin in it, actually. So there we go. He gets the Gazes, but not the Spetsnaz inside. So will he unload this so that he can immediately shoot that and then load it back in? He will not. He will hide behind the building. There we go. Because, yeah, if he'd immediately unloaded it, he could have shot, and then you load it back in and keep going, and it reloads while in the transport. It's a bit fancy, and, you know, it can go wrong, but he had nothing else to click there, so... And he might have got one before it landed. Is he going to unload this? He can smoke. These get smoked. It's 20-point transport. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I fear for blue a lot. I mean, it's going to be hard to cover everything. I really want to see how this goes, because... Bottom feeder is at such a huge disadvantage here. It really is inspirational. I just don't understand why they put him here instead of in the town, where he'd at least have a chance, and he should do fairly well because of the grenade launchers. Anyway, 3v3, we can't cover everything. Won't get bored, though. So, Fire Team 84s have taken the forests, but, you know, grenade launcher, Spetsnaz Groot taking everybody out. Bradley needs to unload there. Yeah, he's just shooting. TO-55 will get one shot by the Bradley, so let's keep that highlighted and see if it suddenly vanishes. Igler's slowly taking out the Gazelle rockets here. You can see one's already died. TO-55 must have survived, as you can see. And, yeah, Chich, he's got his HA Abrams in. And he's got the Eagle up, and he didn't cap Chariton or Boris. But I suppose Bottom Feeder can give him some. But yeah, over here, I mean, it really... These are just going to destroy everything that Bottom Feeder can throw at them. So I don't really rate the pick. Fun is not allowed. You got to win. So if these both hit, they will kill this. They both have to hit, and one of them has now hit. And that one shot another target because it couldn't see this, apparently. It says it can, but I'm not sure what's going on there. That Bradley went down. Overall, Chich has a decent chance here because of the distances involved. The HA Abrams can just shoot without being ATGM'd, outranged by the tank ATGM. Right, if it comes through here, it's just in gun range, so that's not a bad place for him. And over here, I suppose it is a little bit more close quarters than I was giving it credit for, right? Because there's a hill here. Oh, here. And there are forests and stuff. So the Schmel spots the entire thing, and the Bitubos don't kill it. So he's got a CV out for Chariton now. Blue on the +1, and yeah, that guy just died. I mean, it's not particularly surprising. Blue is winning in the town because this is a +2, this is a +1, this is a +1, so Bloody Knight winning there. The Helo Rush just couldn't get there in time, I suppose, compared to the forward deployed SAS. So another thing that makes Helos weaker at the start is that they start on the ground, whereas if you buy one now, it starts in the air. And yeah, he's taken the decision to get this artillery piece, which is cost effective, but it means he's going to be loading it up and moving it for the next 40 minutes, so that's obviously not ideal. So we got red on the +2 here, and it has fired one bullet. Wow, what a hit! If he kept that going, he would have killed it, I suppose, but I don't know why he stopped. Fired one round. This one's been neutralized, and this one is blues. So, yeah, so we got double help beacon from Griffin saying this is a HA Abrams, call in the Air Force, and that's, not particularly surprising. This T-80B, can it actually, because there's all sorts of problems with them. I suppose it can't, because as soon as it shows up, the HA Abrams is going to smack it. So yeah, red can definitely see this, so it might just get, here we go, cluster as surely as night follows day. The high altitude mega ultra giga cluster, which is way too cheap, but so somehow he fucked it up. But basically, the bottom feeder needs to help his teammate out and give him a couple HAWKS. Eagle just gets whacked by the Cub there, so that's very unfortunate. But yeah, bottom feeder really needs to give his teammates some HAWKS. You'll see that Bloody Knight has given him an SAS, which helped him take this zone, I suppose. Because he brought 6 HAWKS, and you would assume that was to help his team, but instead he's in the corner over here, and so much of the range is wasted on things that don't matter. So, +2 to blue, because this was capped. The HA Abrams is really going to struggle here, but there's a second one, so he's probably going to miss now, right? Okay. I mean, if he didn't, this would kill it anyway. But yeah, you see that but then that does miss, even though, yeah, well, it is what it is. Double cluster out there, very powerful gamer play. This will probably make it because there's no AA here. Which is an oversight, and that Cub was repairing from before when it killed the Eagle, so really good play from Chich. I'll admit, this area does help him a lot, but this would also be very useful for him, right? Ultimately, there is a shortcoming in the draft here. He wanted to have fun. Look how much fun he's having, guys. He's stuck outside the zone, and he can't move, because every time he goes forwards a little bit, he dies to things he can't kill. So much fun. Anyway, on the right, Sneaky is slowly killing all of Bloody Knight's units here. He did have more before. You'll notice the chart on the right is a lot of blue. Spetsnaz Gru, gonna kill you, maybe? Oh, it doesn't unload there, I don't know. Unload. So he survives, his transport does not, his driver is dead. I'm very inspired by Chich's ability to keep this alive, because usually it just immediately dies. It only has 4 HP, the Tunguska would just delete it. Somehow he's managed to keep it alive. So, grenade launch is going to kill the SAS if he doesn't retreat it. Bathgate. Is that like Southgate? We got a text here. M270's out. It's going for the Spetsnaz Gru. SAS gonna probably die. These only have a 2 salvo length, by the way. This is not the Malka, it's the Pion. Oh, he came out here. If he'd come out there, I think he would have made... Well, actually not. If he'd listened to me, he'd be dead, so... So basically, what Bloody Knight needs to do is Rover Milan, Rover Milan, Rover Milan, Rover Milan, Milan 2. But for whatever reason, the second UK player's here, which is just nonsensical to me. The SAS obviously useful at the start, taking the zone, but he just doesn't have the tools. He doesn't have the grenade launchers. He doesn't even have MMGs. So how does he kill the infantry in the buildings? And you see here where that is apparent, right? These guys have grenade launchers. Jaguar cluster takes another victim. Cub's probably going to kill that. I mean, it's up to 2 vet now. It's had a lot of kills. And the HA Abrams doesn't have any recon with it. And he still hasn't been given an IHawk. So we got the smoke coming out here. Now keep in mind he did not bring the smoke mortars. This is a 203mm howitzer smoke round. M48 immediately gets eviscerated by this thing, as you would expect. BMP2 goes down though, so that's a good kill. And the Fusileros should kill the... Well, they're in the open and these guys are in forest. So they're going to take twice the damage there because they're not actually in cover. Okay, he's noticed now, so he's... No, I think the smoke just blocked him and it's doing it automatically. But yeah, you see the failing of second UK in this town. Sure, he gets there first, but that can be given to your teammates anyway with some SAS at the start, as it was here. But as it goes, like, basically he has to just buy a bunch of warriors, and in this open area he's doing quite well, right? Because he can just put all the Milan 2s, of which he has many of in all these buildings, but he will, like, there's nothing he can do here. The grenade launchers will just keep killing him, so he has to arty them basically every time. I mean, he can massed warrior kill it, but then the Conkers will kill the warriors, and the T-72 should be there as well. But yeah, Sneaky's gone for a lot of 2-vet units. Here's some more, although they've just passed a CV, so maybe not in that case. So that was a perfect volley right on that, and it appears to have hit it once in 12 rounds. Or maybe 6, maybe he split the volley. H.A. Abrams survives. He really needs to be quite careful here, because he still does not have that IHawk. His teammate has better things to do, as we're seeing here. His tanks are all dying in one hit. Truly an inspirational division to pick. And he has to smoke with a 203mm howitzer. This thing's obviously not doing anything. Yeah, very, 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 very tough matchup for bottom feeder. If he wins here, then, you know, Icarus should basically retire. The advantage he has is so substantial. It really is amazing. Anyway, this thing brings its own smoke. He's noticed now, but now he's being chain stunned, so there you go, he gets the smoke on, but yeah, no smoke mortars either, so he can't even just smoke the whole zone, and, you know, he has to smoke with a 203mm howitzer, which fires once every minute. He needs to smoke again. Oh, he's trying, he's reloading it. So, we got that thing. Oh, it might kill this Mister, you know. It does. He gets a Mister there. That's a huge kill in a 2v2. In a team game. I mean, even in a 1v1 it's a huge kill, but in a team game it's definitely a huge kill because they lend themselves to this very, very grindy, one-dimensional gameplay. Not always, right? The best teams do something where they basically 2v1 on one road and then switch it up, but you know, nobody's done that in this case. If it goes wrong, it goes very wrong, so it can be best to not do that. But if it goes right, it goes very right. You know, it is a risk. So he didn't move it that time, but it does survive. These things are terrible. As you can see, he got 2 on that, and it didn't even kill it. And they're both dead. So Church is helping bottom feeder, but bottom feeder is not helping Church. He has not bought him his IHawks. And so whenever these tanks... One of them is not there anymore. Did it die? Yep, it did. He lost one. I wonder what killed it. So yeah, even like second UK is also trying to help here. That was a Javelin LML. Yeah, just a very, very, very rough pick. So we got the double cluster out here. So that's what the seed's for, I suppose, just to keep these alive. I suppose it can make sense. So we got a big airwave coming up here with massive illusiony, or whatever the hell they're called. Yeah. Yeah, it's just an impossible fight. I'm not sure how that CV died. He must have got it with the arty or something. They just evac'd? Okay. I thought they would... Now that he had the seed and the fighter, I thought they'd go in on this. But yeah, he hasn't been given an Eyehawk either. This guy brought 6 Eyehawks and he's just sat in the corner. It's like when you play football and the kid with the football's like, well, I have to go home, I'm taking the football with me. That's what this is. He's got the only long-range AA on the NATO side. He's not... This is where it's covering over here. He'd rather cover empty space than cover his friends. Look at this. Trying to use HA Abrams. Guy brought 6 Eyehawks. How many do I get? None. That must have been a side shot. That would not do that much to the front armor. Incredible, incredible. This is why I'm not in the real army. Because I'd be like, where's my Eyehawk? And then, you know, and then I'd die, basically. Do you know what I mean? So, Pion's firing away, right? They are at 2 vet. He's aimed in the wrong place there. Obviously, you want to aim on the house where it actually is, as opposed to in the middle. There's nobody there, but... 14 games of Warno a day. Not enough, apparently. So, Grad's coming out. So yeah, Griffin's just pushing here now. He's lost his zone, and he's like, okay, I'll go help you. Which can be a very powerful idea, right? Over here, bottom feeder should do the same, really. He's not going to win here. He should go into the town. Just hold this. There's no point in him pushing this. It's just not going to work. He can't even take things like this, which is where he's got a chance, basically. So we got the M270s, and they get a very big supply truck, which is honestly worth it in these longer games. And they mess up a bunch of T-72s. The Kiowa finally goes down, killed by the MiG-29. I was inspired by how long he kept it going for. So Blue still on the +2, despite the limitations. But now we got basically 2v1 here, and Bloody Knight's been buying stuff for the left. So he's even less prepared than he would be. Oh, well, okay, it was a Javelin LML. I think it died as well, so... And whatever was in this, an SAS. So, triple Jaguar cluster coming in, and that doesn't drop its bombs, that doesn't drop its bombs, and now they're all going to die. So that was really, truly inspirational. Rover CV goes down, gets hit by the Grad, and yeah, Bloody Knight's friends are going to have to bail him out here, because he's going to die if they don't. If only he had something like an Eyehawk, you know, like an Eyehawk. Imagine if one of the players had 6 Eyehawks. I don't know if I mentioned that. This guy has 6 Eyehawks, yeah. Oh, what can I say? So, yeah, I mean, this is somewhat inevitable. He's just being 2v1s, right? Chich, he can't really push into this. I mean, he can try, but the further up he goes, the easier it is for his tanks to get sniped. So he'd be better off taking, like, this and pushing this way. And threatening Olga. I'm not sure where his points are going, actually. So he's still building up the mid, I suppose. He's got an Apache and an M1A1. I think he's buying some planes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, okay, so bottom feeder's bringing some stuff now, which is good. Because, I mean, he literally isn't going to accomplish anything here. It was just a shit pick. You just shouldn't have picked it. It cannot be overstated. I understand trying to have fun, but on this map, if it was like a more urban map, or if they just put him here, imagine that. Wouldn't that be incredible, guys? Imagine if the third armored player was here, and the second UK player was here. Oh, incredible. Anyway, you know. So, yeah, the tick has stopped. And frankly, I think it's going to be a red tick soon, because there's nowhere to hide here, really, and the RT is going to hit him eventually. I'm looking for the the big ones, not this one. Did he kill him? Because I know he was trying to kill him, but the bombs didn't drop. So he's trying to kill the Grad with some Harrier rockets, but obviously the 14 Cubs on the enemy team, and that is not an exaggeration, we counted them. They brought 14 Cubs. Will make all his planes die, right? These guys really like flying over these Cubs. That's why it's round ammo, right? Cheeky 6 missiles there. Okay, he gets them with the gun. Typically you send the high ECM fighters before you send the bombers, because they will, you know, survive the Cubs, basically. And yeah, you just can't stay in here. It's just, this whole thing is just going to get hit by Grads and the other one. Which, to his credit, I think he did kill at some point with those bombers. You know, the ones that were like missing and stuff. He must have got them somehow, because there were 2 here. Now there are none. Grad obviously pretty helpful, but... So he needs some smoke mortars here. Good play though. Look at this. So bottom feeder's shown up with the M47s, which are good here. This is exactly where Warno should have been put all this time. You see, he's just immediately accomplishing something. It's not dumb luck. Like, look, the grenade launchers kill the units in the buildings really fast because they ignore cover. That's what makes them so effective. It doesn't say that anywhere on the unit, but they do. So, yeah, severe misallocation of resources, which is now being rectified. Question is, what will Icarus do? Will he notice? Will he also help? Because if, like, let's say Icarus was also putting guys down here, he's provided the air support, which is important, and that's kind of an easy way you can help out your team, because you know you do have to pay attention to them, but they can get there fast and then they can go home, right? With a helicopter as well, it's a similar kind of thing. Whereas you commit ground units, then you got to look at them and you know, micro them and stuff. So we got the smoke in the corner. The Pram, of course, the most broken mortar in the game. 80 points for a Conkers and 3 armor and 8,000 meter range, 120mm mortar. PACT only gets 1 self-propelled mortar, and they made sure it's the best one in the game. So there's clearly a plan here, but they won't be able to shoot this if it's in the smoke. He needs infantry. He basically needs to smoke, and then just run the infantry in to this and find it. It's obviously a pain in the arse, but there's not much else he can do. Now the question is, you know, will Icarus push this now that he knows bomb feeders over here? And what's Chich's plan? Will he just continue to build up here, or will he, you know, put... Because if basically what Chich should do to help is push this, right? Because he's got guys here, and he can push this and then get the flash and stuff. Obviously his infantry's not amazing, but if you clean this out and take this, well then, you know, then you're armoured in the game again. But the thing is, you know, you don't want to... Because yes, he can put units here, but then he has to look at them. Whereas if they're already within his purview, or even like, because he's got these things, they're not doing anything, right? So he could send them over, and if something were to happen, he could send them back, right? So Apache goes down, Kiowa goes down to the triple fighter blob. Imagine if only there were some iHawks here. If only one of the players had 6 iHawks in his deck, and he could give all his teammates iHawks, which was clearly the intention, and he appears to have just forgotten. Wouldn't that be crazy if the guy with the long range AA wasn't in the corner over here? Oh, man. It's a good job I haven't mentioned that before. Anyway, this needs to just constantly have smoke on it. He's got 6 smoke mortars, the L-whatevers, L-81s. I mean, it's an 81mm, because, yeah, I mean, he's gonna die. He's gonna get artied even if he doesn't get shot. Oh, why? I'm so surprised by what's happening here. If only... I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna point out the fact that there's a player on this team with 6 cards of really good long-range AA who could have just prevented this from happening by putting some back here. I'm not gonna mention that. So, anyway. Over here, very little is happening. He's not moving that. So it will die, because, yeah, if he doesn't move this, it's dead. It's towed. Those are 2 Jiatsins. 6 salvo length each. He needs to move that. We'll keep it down here. If it suddenly vanishes, you know what's happened to it, right? So, Mega. Okay, so Icarus is here now as well, right? And this is the issue with, you know, sending guys over here, is that your opponent might send guys over here too, but it is the smart thing, it is the right thing for Icarus to do. The Cubs are getting sniped by the M270s, which is intelligent. And I don't know why they're smoking if they've got the tanks. I suppose, because yeah, if they get too close, it's not going to... Oh, if only, if only, if only. So Chich is doing something here, right? Wouldn't it be crazy if there was some long-range AA? So, oh no, I got intercepted. That would have been so cool. Killed so many of them. But yeah, for whatever reason, Bloody Knight doesn't bring the Lore 80s. Not even a single card of Lore 80s. Anywhere. So, well, I suppose he's only really got two choices, the Air Mobile or the Lore 80 Scouts. But he just doesn't bring them. So he can't deal with this effectively, because he's brought the smoke mortars now, right? And all he'd have to do is, yeah, smoke this and then run in a bunch of Lore 80s, and then he would kill them. So we got the M270, which is taking names here. The infantry CV went down. This thing has 1,000 kilos. He puts it on the T55 instead of the T80. Not sure why he did that. I mean, okay. And yeah, these tanks at close range perform a lot better than they would at long range, right? Oh man, well, what can I say? What a huge skill issue. What a huge skill issue. What a huge skill issue there. He just gets bailed out on his challenger. Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen that happen. And so we got more. Oh my God, some HAWKS. I don't. It's a Christmas miracle, guys. He's brought some HAWKS. Incredible. Has he bought any for mid yet? For his teammate with all those heavy tanks? No. Doesn't need him. Doesn't need him. Doesn't need him. Yeah. Can I say? And yeah, nothing's happening here. And yeah, all the stuff's going down. They keep bringing the... They've got another one coming, right? Or was that it? And the other one died as well. I definitely saw another Rover Milan. Oh, there it is. Right. Sorry, Rover CV. So the HAWKS, one of them is unloaded, right? No supply from... Yeah, I mean, there's some here. This is now moving. And, yeah, it's... obviously it is very entertaining, but I see what could have been. Do you know what I mean? I see what could have been as opposed to what is. And that's... Like, now they've not got... I know that he does have another one coming, actually. And over here, Chich is attacking. He's trying to attack with his... the HA Abrams is there. There were two M1s here. They must have... No. They're still there, so... Good play going on. It's Red's back over there. Bit of a mess, really. And, you know, yeah, so that you'd expect the Bradley to win that fight, but, I mean, if this had even stunned it, then, you know, would have been fine. But so we got the infantry coming in. This is the issue with having the expensive recon helo, which did end up dying, as you recall. Is that he doesn't just have a cheap one that he can just fling forwards and just see what's there. He can, however, send this Black Hawk supply, which isn't doing anything, right? These are locked and loaded as well. But yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. If I was on Blue's team, I'd be so fucking angry. Why did you pick that division? Why do you never play this badly when you're against me? Why do you only do it when you're on my team? Where's my fucking iHawk? Where's my fucking iHawk? Where is it? So, his CV died, which is obviously a big problem. The Abrams is still alive, surprisingly. But yeah, I suppose I'm just a very angry and bitter person. I'd be absolutely fuming. To be honest, he probably didn't ask him for it, right? Otherwise, he'd do it, right? He'd be like, "Hey, can I get an eye hawk?" Yeah, sure. You know, so it's a two-way street, right? It's a two-way street. See that he tried to get both helicopters, and as a result, he got no helicopters, and he can't fucking move because of all the planes. If only there was some sort of long-range AA. Don't worry, his teammate's here with everything except the thing he needs. Everything except the thing he needs is being provided here. We got a bunch of not Eyehawks coming in. Incredible gameplay. So, +1 to red. And now, yeah, Griffin and Icarus can all help out over here because, you know, this has been sorted. There's no way Blue can take that back. It's just too far gone. There's too many guys there. Right, this, you see they're just reinforcing this now. And yeah, the Abrams are starting to die. Here's some helicopters. Obviously, Eyehawk's not too effective against helicopters, but the whole reason the push stalled out is because all the fucking Su-25s everywhere. You hate to see it. You really do. You really do hate to see it. Yeah, and then I think he's forgotten he has these. They've been loaded for quite a while. He could have hit all this and cleared it out. But yeah, they need CVs in here or the game's gonna end, so... And yeah, okay, so he's going back in over here with a Saxon. I mean, it's just gonna buy a couple seconds because there's no... Like, basically, bottom feeder should load these two up and send it in front of the Saxon and just unload them in there. So that the red CV is dead here, but you'll notice how close it is to the enemy spawn. This is going to take a very, very, very long time to get there, basically. Short story long, right? Here we go. He's doing some noticing now, so... So yeah, this will get in, it will just die, and then the zone will recap. So I understand it for time saving, you know, trying to get some time, but why not send these and these with it? Why not just have them with it? They'd live a little bit longer, and, you know, because you'd have the infantry guarding it. You'll notice he's smart enough to not... oh, no, it looks like he's about to... yeah, okay, he's noticing. He's smart enough to not just sit in the obvious place, because that's where the arty or the bomber's going to be. But, I mean, Icarus, I'm surprised he's put the arty in and he hasn't just told the infantry to run around in circles and fine. Alright, just curve the bullet there through the smoke patches, I suppose. But no, the FX on the smoke disappearing doesn't quite line up to when it disappears. Because it has like a fade out time, but the smoke just disappears, right? And then the FX fades out, and so that smoke had disappeared there. So the infantry's shown up, but I mean, look at it. Okay, at least they've got lots of stingers now. I mean, that's going to help against the. Imagine if this guy had brought the CEVs. I think he'd be having a bit of a better time here. The CEVs, right, are a core part of Third Armoured. You can't play Third Armoured without the CEVs. I mean, you can, but you just don't kill the infantry, and then you lose, so... So there appears to be some helicopters. This guy's used his smoke. There are Cocons. He's showing his side armor. He's showing his... Bro, no! What are you doing? Okay, he cancelled that order. He was going to show his rear armor there. So the helos are generally... Okay. I guess he figures he doesn't need them there anymore. He's not wrong. Just too far from the enemy spawn, right? So we got Terrier Pioneers and like lots of zero vet infantry basically, just trying to buy the time. Just trying to buy the time. Question is, can Blue just win on the time? Because there are thousands. How long have I been muted for? Please tell me that just happened. Please tell me that just happened. If that didn't just happen, I'm committing Sudoku. Anyway, there's that massive Cluster 2 coming in for the tank. If only there was some long-range AA that could intercept that. I don't think I've said that before, so... Right. 6.5 times by 60 divided by 1.5 times by 2 is only 520 points. So blue would still win unless they lost more zones. I guess that explains why this is happening. Because, yeah, it looks like blue's gonna win. Looks like blue's gonna win, bro. Just on the time. I mean, I've been complaining about them all game, but they are winning. They've been winning the whole game. Says a lot about, you know, propaganda and so on. But yeah, if red takes this, then it's a +4, and then blue's toast. So that's also a problem. They do have a lot of stuff coming. Lots of no-vet things. Oh my god, was that what I thought it would? This is an incredible techno. I've never seen one of these before. Well, there's two of them in one. Whoa, that's really weird. What is this? What is it? Anybody want to tell me in the comments what that's called? I've not seen one before. Anyway, as you can see, it killed the plane. So, yeah, this is a big issue for blue. They really need to... well, for starters, what the hell is he doing? He needs to supply these. Like that could have... Oh, that's out of ammo. Okay, so red can come in here and kill that. Basically, red has to push or they're going to lose the game. This is very well defended. Although, I mean, you know, to an extent. They could be in some better buildings, but they are there. And yeah, here comes the smoke, right? Whoa, what was that? Sorry, I already made that joke. So yeah, this is the one that's more worrying. This is the one red can get in. That's incredible. If only there was... I would be so angry. I would be fuming. I'd never speak to him again. I would never speak to him again. Do you remember that time, 16 years ago, where you played fucking Warno and didn't give me an IHAWK and then all my tanks died? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? You lost your... Anyway, so... The push here isn't really going to go anywhere, but yeah, this is the target area. I'm looking for CVs. There's one. They don't have a CV hidden in the zone. They do have the smoke mortars, so they can smoke here and get this in. They need to do that right now, really. But he's not doing it. He's not doing it. He's been flabbergasted. He must be so angry. Anyway, that worked pretty well. That was bottom feeder, by the way. 2,000 kilos of HE, killing the tank. So, but there's another one. There's another one. Throw your IHAWK at him. Anyway, he needs to... Well, I don't know. I mean, he needs AA. This can probably kill that BRDM too. These aren't doing anything. They need to be out there. They're gonna lose if it's a +4. I mean, he's got... He had... What the hell happened to them? Did they die? I think the helos must have killed them. He needs he needs smoke. He needs smoke. Like you just got to be at this point, guys. Long range RT smoke here. But yeah, because this is going to be a +4 now, and they're going to lose if they don't do something here. What a horror show! What a horror show! Because, yeah, there's no way red gets in here. Having said that, wouldn't it be nice to have some lower 80s? You'd definitely do a bit more than 1 AP damage to that with a lower 80, right? And he's got a CV in, he's sending it out. Oh, because there's one in there, okay. And now they're on a +6. And that will be enough. And like, I don't understand why he didn't have a CV in here. Like, with those smoke mortars, he could have smoked, and that could have just sat behind here for ages. I mean, obviously the infantry would eventually kill it, but... It's so Jova. How did they allow this to happen? They will eventually find it. It's just about time. It's just about time, right? So there it is. And they should get some rear shots on it now, but... There you go, that was a rear shot, I think. And yeah, he just can't get in because he doesn't have any smoke. Doesn't have any smoke. +7 with 2 minutes. I think that's it. Yeah, blue surrenders. +7 with 2 minutes. Actually, it probably would have been a draw, you know. Whoa. Okay. 60 + 48 is 108. Divided by 1.5. is 72. Times by 6 is 432. Plus 1158. It would have been a draw? No, because it's 100 points for a win, right? So it would have been a win, yeah. Yeah. So what's the moral of the story? I hope you've learnt it. If your friend's like, yeah, let's do 3v3, I'm going to play Bueno, just quit. I mean, what a horror show. All he had to do was buy the fucking HAWKS, they would have won. Oh, man. Yeah, Blue, they did their best there. It's no surprise Icarus had the best KD. He was playing against the Bueno, right? Bottom feeder's a really good player, by the way. When we play, he usually beats me. It's just not the div, not the div. And he just didn't do his... He had one job and he didn't do it. He didn't bring the smoke mortars either, so he couldn't even close the gap properly. Yeah, what can I say? I'm so angry. I can't believe he didn't buy my iHawks. So, rank 5, rank 24, rank 47, right? He's been D-ranking. He does this a lot. And then this is Church, rank 26. Bloody Knight, rank 20 on bottom feeder. Rank 18. And I'm currently rank about 12 or something. So very, very high level game. Yeah, it just comes down to the thing I've been saying for the past 40 minutes. So I'll spare you. Have a lovely day. GG.